But that's how life is sometimes. And yeah, we lie. What's good? What's good, people? It's been a long time. I know I haven't been on here in a month. Shout out to the people that continue to watch us when we did have a show. Shout out to the King Clips, Rest of the Crew Tweet, Big Kev. Oh, damn. And shout out to Money Montana. She just got her transplant. She's doing well. She's actually recouping. Well, she's doing better. Well wishes and prayers to her and her family and stuff. Everything going on. Shout out big for the Clock Watch family. Shit, like there's so many things going on. Life is just happening for us. Like when life happens and things take over and you can't really get back to the groove. It was so much easier during quarantine. When you could just hop on and do this because you ain't leaving your house. But things happen, so we will have to dive into some things here. So I got one of the special persons on the cast with me today. One of our members that we don't see that often, and we do see it. We see it a short time. She's pop in, pop out, and shit. Like it's a pop up retail store or some shit.
I'm on the most. What do you mean?
Yeah, whatever. I have Melissa. Jennifer.
Hello.
And everybody give her a warm applause for her a Clockwalk welcome. What's up? What's going on, Melissa?
Not much. Just living, trying not to die from these allergies. My eyes are all puffy and red all the time. I'm over it. I'm not meant for this life. Finally got a job. Finally a working woman. I'm a grown up now. I don't sit at home anymore. Doing big things. All I do is sleep. I don't have time to drink.
I hear that, man. So it's been a long time. What's to the left? Who I don't show the step to. Anyway, so yeah, so I apologize for us, our regular fans that come on, and you've been missing. People been asking where we are, what we doing. It's been fucked up, man. Like life is like everything is just happening at once. Like when it rains, it fucking pours. So yeah, so I'll tell you about my little story behind it a little later. But we're gonna hop into the business. Yeah, what you over there making popcorn without making popcorn? What's all that noise over there? Is it time for the percolator?
I hear it says your phone. I don't know if I should leave or if you should leave or what, but I hear mad static coming from your end.
I hear it coming from your end. Like I'm crispy and clean. I'm so fresh and so clean.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave and come back. Give me 1
second. Let's see. See how clear that is. See, damn, I need a line. I'm looking like an old ass man over here. And there's always a problem. Like when she leaves, you never know when she coming back. You never know. Hopefully during this podcast, Big Kev will check in, pop in with us. I don't know what Clips is doing. Clips gonna hop on tonight with us or not. Tweet. I think I don't even know what she's doing at the moment. But we're gonna get some subjects here. About a couple weeks ago, Clips touched on the Derek Action Jackson relationship guru. I'm gonna definitely dive into that a little bit. I know it's old news, but I'm gonna give my side of it, what I think about it, because I thought that dude was a fraud from the beginning. Also, don't be afraid to smash the YouTube channel and to have the likes there and follow us. We still have things going on there. We still have Montana's Way. Her cooking show is still on, even though she's in the hospital right now, recovering. Her mother's still doing the show there, and see, you sound crispy and clean too. I'm about to call you the Rice Krispie Boy.
I still hear the static on your end, but
nah, baby, it's all on you, baby. It's all on you. And just to make sure I don't run out of no static, let me go plug my phone in.
I just did too. I just plugged mine in too.
Next thing you know, that'll be like blink. And when I'm talking this cash shit, I want everybody to hear it. All right, hold on 1 second. Anyway, so All right. So where you disappear to? Huh. Oh, now you see me now. You don't shit. That's what we on.
I was charging. I was putting my charger.
Anyway, I was gonna see where my boy wanted to hop on, but I have to contact him later. We'll do this another time with him. So the first, like I was saying, I want to dive into the Action Jackson guy. Our first topic or question that we're gonna deal with is Derek Action Jackson, relationship guru. Is he a serial cheater, or is he just caught up in his own bullshit? Will this ruin his empire and make him more? Will this ruin his empire, or will make him more relatable to his cult? Because I believe he has a damn cult. And I'll explain that question in detail more. So this dude actually had women believing him, like following him, like I remember I was friends with this chick one time, and she was like, "Oh, did you hear the Derek Jackson stuff?" And she was giving me feeding some of his bullshit to me. I'm like, that is all bullshit. Like what he's spinning when he's talking is all garbage. Like he's male bashing in order to fill with the women's like, oh, he's right and all that bullshit because it's just bullshit. It really is bullshit. And come to find out, he's doing everything he talks about. He is that person. So usually when you have a cult following, you can do no wrong. So will people actually hate him for the lies that they've been fed? Or will they kind of like coddle him and defend him harder? You know what that's like when you tell your boy did something wrong, you don't want to believe it, even though he did it wrong, and then and you want to back him more. You awake?
I'm listening to you.
Oh, you listen to me? I was making sure. I mean, you falling asleep. I'm gonna make sure that I wasn't, boring you and shit. You know what I mean? Oh, man. So I know you don't know much about him, but from what you do know and the information that you get, what do you think about the situation?
I mean, we had already spoken about this. I basically only know what the social media blogs post about it because I don't really follow him. I didn't really know much about him, but I mean, I think that he definitely just sounds like he's a little on a power trip. Like he's very egotistical. I mean, I know that the masses were in uproar over the fact that he had his wife, in this video with him just looking her ultimate, what some would consider worst, and like they were just dragging her on the internet, and then he was making it worse by like, oh, don't if you're gonna roast someone, roast me, don't roast her. Like, first of all, go fuck yourself, even putting your wife in that mess to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The whole situation is super disrespectful, even if it's serial or not. Whether you do one time or it's disrespectful, and he happened to get caught more than once. So I don't think there's words for that.
I mean, old boy was actually like when it came down to it, he was actually doing his podcast or his little shows in front of his girls that he cheated on at house. Dude, don't you think that's gonna catch up to you? Did you not see? Did you not when they play back these videos and think they're gonna notice that her house is not burned? What you saying?
I said that because now you're not just doing dirt, but you're doing it out in public. Like you're not even scared to get caught at that point.
You're right. He's not scared to get caught. Wow. What up, Montana? Everybody say hello to Montana. Wish her well. Say prayers for her. Like she's glad that she's even typed in watching the show. We miss you. Can't wait till you get back. Definitely because they got something special. The girls got something special coming. You know what I mean? Can't wait to see that put together in their thoughts. And then we have hi. What is going on? How are you? Welcome. You're all welcome. Anyway, so I mean that's kind of odd itself. Like was he actually stalking her? Was that what he really was doing? Being in front of her house like that? Because he actually got her pregnant. And she actually spilled the tea first. Like she came out and blasted him for that. and told all his business about. I mean, you can't like he did. I mean, my guy, like, what were you doing? Like, you're committing all the cardinal sins that every last person that you talk about is doing. Like, you did everything to the T the wrong way. Like, you all your advice that you've given, you talked all them shit about the people, making them feel bad about themselves, making them to and the way you destroy other men and bring them down, drag them down. You did, like, it's like you just took kept notes and just did all that shit, and then you drag your wife on, like she was not aware. And then drag her on TV looking like not looking like that, because I mean I'm not gonna shame her. Oh yes I am. I don't know what the fuck she was doing with that shit on her head looking like that. I mean, she said it was her warrior's cap, or something like that. Her prayer. It's funny how when people do wrong, they always want to bring God into it, or a religion of some sort of reasons for. I mean, come on. God also said not to be a fool. Um, so, and for this lady to, I mean, it's her business to forgive him and keep him. But I think that a lot of the shit that she did, was like, just I think when you, for people to take you serious, you do have to present yourself in a certain way. You have to come across in a certain way for other people to actually to take you serious. If you're because it's one thing if you're just on there and you don't care what people think, but when you're actually trying to defend yourself or defend your relationship, you have to present yourself. The packaging has to be in a certain way in order for people to receive that message, because they're not going to take you seriously. Um, and I think that she failed on that part. He should have counseled her that he know all that. He should have known that. Um, but so then, and then it took away from the the actual. Damn, what's going on here? Twins, twins. Um,
I can hear you so much better now.
yes, it was all you.
Yeah.
So when I think that when she showed up and looking like that, it took away from the distracted the people, the public that was listening from what was actually being said and concentrating on her and the beanie on her head.
Mm-hmm.
And we have something interesting from Miss Montana. Anna, he's just a man. No human can coach another human without flaw. Relationship coaches are the worst and are held at an unrealistic level. It's their own fault. Hold themselves. You're right. Yeah, but it wasn't the men that were looking up to it. It was the other women looking for those words so they can label the next man. So they would take his advice and say, see, you men are just like that. You do this, you do that. And it was and it's like crabs in the bucket what he was doing to other men. Because he was placating off the women in order to get them, and that's how all his money came from, the backing of the women that was donating to him, buying his stuff and supporting his garbage. And to find out, that's why I said the cult. So, are they still going to back him, or are they going to be like, wait, we got duped? No one ever. I found in life, no one ever wants to admit that they're wrong. Even if they know that they within themselves that they're wrong, they don't ever want to admit to it because it makes them feel less. No, and it's not just relationships; it's with anything.
It's anything, yeah. It's
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. People don't want to be wrong, and then when they're wrong, they feel ashamed. Like, you can't be wrong. I can admit that I'm wrong about something. I have no problem with doing that. I mean, at first, and I'm not saying it's always been that way, please. I mean, shit, it took some learning yourself and moments to be like, shit, you know what? I'm fucking wrong.
Mm-hmm.
and going that way. But then there's times when you are convinced that you're not wrong. I mean, there's a difference. Some people confuse things. If you're convinced that you're not wrong, it's different. But if you know that you're wrong, but yet you don't want to admit to it when you're knowing that you're wrong, in order because your feelings are hurt, or you don't want to be are made a fool of, or be are made to look a certain way, then that's the problem within yourself.
Right.
So, and I think that's what it comes down to, because I think the people that follow him don't want to admit that they were wrong for following that. Hey, this dude was lying to you, and say, oh no, he just got caught up in his own shit. Because at the end of the day, he really got caught up in his own fame. Like, he would all these people wouldn't have been at his reach. I just say that he wasn't a decent looking dude. Not that I look at dudes or anything, but I mean, like, it's not that he wasn't a decent dude. It's just that I think he got caught up in the bullshit and he got caught up in his own lie. So the bigger problem is that maybe he is what's the word I'm looking for? Habitual liar. Is that I don't know. Is it habitual liar that believes and start to believe in their own lies or shit like that, or is maybe it's not habitual. It's I don't know. Somebody listening, check in, post in the comments so we get the correct and label for this guy. Hold on, here are the quotes. Label for this guy. Um, and you have anything else to say on it?
To me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
No,
think the
no,
whole
the person behind you.
situation. I just think that the whole situation's fucked up. I mean, even like learning, like he got another bitch pregnant. Like that's the ultimate go fuck yourself to his wife. Like that's just crazy to me. That not only did you cheat on, but that's what I mean about the whole like you don't even care that you're doing your dirt, and because you're doing it out in public, knowing there's a chance to get caught that you're cheating. You're doing it with motive at this point now. And then it's like, and it's funny because my boyfriend and I have been having this conversation the other day because we were like, yo, imagine not only getting caught up, but then you get some girl pregnant and she chooses to keep it. And most of the time they do that because, and I'm not saying everybody, so like, but like a lot of times people do it because that side bitch wants to be the main bitch and she thinks that a
Mm-hmm.
child will upgrade her position in life. They really think that it's going to make them upgrade their position in life. And it's just like, no, because now you're stuck with a baby that he probably doesn't even want. And now, and then let's say the wife takes him back. I know I wouldn't be that wife. And we had that. This is why we had
How you know him? How you know you wouldn't be that way?
Hell no.
Right. That means you never loved.
Mm-mm.
So what make one mistake?
It's one thing for your significant other to cheat on you and like whatever, you could probably get past that. I'm not going to say definitely, but probably. But when there's a child involved, because it's unfortunate to that child now, I'm going to have some sort of resentment towards you for the rest of your life. And it's not your fault because you didn't ask to be born. You know what I mean? But you're a product of something that my husband should not have been doing. So get the fuck out.
Hold up. Like my illustrious cousin 50 Cent said, how deep is our bond if that's all it takes for you?
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
I'll say it though.
Chill. Cheating is one thing. Cheating with a baby is a whole other
but that
thing.
cheating is a product of the baby. Like so maybe you went one stroke too many. Like who knew? Like maybe it's just like
I'm not even gonna forgive you for the cheating, so don't even fucking come to me with the baby. Fuck out of here.
What? You was cold hearted.
I'm the type of person that if I cut you off, and that's it. Don't even fucking. We could say hi and bye, and that's it. Other than that, I don't know you. You don't know me. We never knew each other. Goodbye. Have a nice life.
So you haven't had the right one yet.
First of all, the right one's not gonna cheat on me. Let's be serious.
The right one makes mistakes. Hold up. The right one makes mistakes. Hold up. We gotta put this up here because Anna did answer my question. It is pathological liar. That's what the person is. To your comments, she also was saying, laughing because that brings us some memories to her. And then she has. I guess this is directed at me. The shit I was saying back because she always trying to check me and shit. And and there you go. So she's laughing. She thinks that. I think she thinks it's just ridiculous what you're saying.
Nah, chill. She knows it's not. Just get the fuck out of here. Listen, props to any woman that could stay in a relationship and hold somebody else's kid down. Like, yo, like you're a saint because I could never. I could friggin' never.
What?
I could never.
What?
You cheated on me and there's a baby.
Hold on.
The trust is out the window. The relationship is over. Have a nice life.
We are all humans. We all fall down. But
we don't fall into each other's genitals, right? We don't fall into each other's genitals.
Sometimes you get tripped and fall. So you can trip and fall. You never know which is on the ground. Something like
stop it.
I've tripped and fell before.
On some genitals?
Yes, and fell right in there, and then tried to get back up, got out. And then it became a stroke. It happened before. We all get weak.
Sir,
we are flesh.
Sir,
flesh. Mistakes are made.
No. Well, they better.
Sometimes emotion overpowers thought, and sometimes we do things off of emotion or basic necessity or survival. You know what I mean?
No. At what point in your life has it been life or death to fuck someone other than your significant other?
Listen, I've been in some sticky situations.
Let's hear it.
I've been in some sticky situations. But sometimes if you listen, if sometimes you can't talk your way out of such a situation, you gotta.
Oh, you gotta fuck about it.
You gotta. Sometimes it happens. I mean, I've been in all types of situations before. I'm telling you, and sometimes it works.
I can't. This conversation has gone sideways. That's it.
No, so it's like in my lifetime, because I tell you this much, I was with the chick. I can't, because I have a product from that situation. That it wasn't roses, it wasn't at all. But I mean, the fun time was, I mean, it was fun time, it was a good time. Not even just me, my boy, like me and my boy had fun times, you know what I mean?
Great.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
and I tripped and fell in that. And then and then I thought we had made an agreement, but I guess that didn't happen. And there was a product, there was something that came from that.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Yeah.
a beautiful thing. And that's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing for you know what I mean? But you can't expect someone to want to, like, and I'm not saying me, but like, let's say like me and my partner, we're in our 50s. We've raised our
Yeah.
children. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So now we're empty nesters. Let's say if I'm in my 50s, my kids are they're in their 20s, their 30s actually. And so now my husband goes at, we've been together for dumb long. He goes and he cheats on me and there happens to be a baby. Why am I subjected to the idea of having to be a mom all over again in my 50s? That's not fair. I'm supposed to be living the
There's
best
no
days of my life.
there's no pussy like new pussy. Like that's exactly why. Sometimes just because
No,
you step out,
no.
don't mean that you don't love that person you with.
Unless you
Sometimes,
both mutually agree that that's something that you could both do and there's no
yeah.
consequences to it, you cannot bring that to someone's table one-sidedly. You can't expect me to stay with you without me knowing that you're out here cheating on me. That should be a
Why not?
choice. You're taking that choice away from me.
Y'all buy LOL surprise. Why not be a LOL
Nah,
surprise?
nah. I
Well,
can, because
surprise, baby.
because I fully believe, like, the idea of love and marriage is fully over for the generation that I live in. I don't see myself being with
Facts.
anyone forever. You know what I mean? The idea
Yeah.
of forever
I'm sorry.
is
What?
too. I don't
Does
see
he know that?
myself. It's, to me, the idea of forever is suffocating. I think it's
Oh, you
beautiful.
claustrophobic.
Hell fucking yeah. But forever is a long fucking time. You know what I mean? Like, do I think that there's the idea that someone could potentially bore the shit out of me in a couple years the way other people have? Yeah. Is there, but maybe there's somebody out there that literally I'm gonna be with forever. You never know. You know what I mean?
You sound a little hypocritical right there.
I'm not. It's
you
like
talking two sides. You
overwhelming
talking out
for
two sides of your
me.
mouth right there.
Nah, it's overwhelming. It's just overwhelming. But it's like, I don't know, it's just not what it used to be. So
But it is.
the reality is a lot of people cheat nowadays. But you should be given the option of knowing what's coming with that. Like, if me and you have been together for 10 years, we're bored of each other. We still love each other, but we both know what it is. And you know what? We're both going to give each other the opportunity to see what's out there. But we're still going to come home and love each other.
You talking about swingers?
No, I don't, because I would never want to do something with you and someone else if we were in a relationship, or with anybody that I'm in a relationship. I would just want to do my thing and you can do your thing type thing.
Why
But
not? I mean, sharing is caring.
no. But but like, you know what I mean? But it's like, I should be given that option. You should be able to be like, hey, if I'm doing this, you do it too. There's no reason why you should be doing it one-sidedly behind my back. And then I have to be okay with whatever happens because of what you were doing. That's fucked up. You're forcing that on me.
Not really forcing it on you. I think that it's sometimes it adds the energy to the relationship that wasn't there. It just gives you the not to go another 20, 30 years. You never know what you can get out of it.
Nah. Again, like I said, especially with the whole kid thing. Let's say, yeah, we've been together 20, 30 years. We're in our 50s. I don't have the energy to raise somebody else's baby anymore. I'm supposed to be looking forward to good years, time off.
That is good years. Raising some other kids. That's another good year.
What's up with you?
I'm just putting it out there, playing devil advocate. So that brings me to my next thing before we while we have a short period of time here. That leads us right into the next thing. So what if you found out that your wife had tubal ligation or your husband had a vasectomy without your knowledge? Is that divorceable offense, or could you forgive or forget?
Again, we haven't had this conversation at all ever. Have we discussed it and I've been like, hey, don't do it? Or like, have we never discussed it before? Are we both on board with this is how many children we have and we're good? Like, it's just, I don't think I would divorce someone for it, but
You don't think it's divorceable?
I don't think, no, I don't think so, but I don't think I'd be too happy about it. I mean, I have 2 kids already, so I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you look like your size, your height, your weight. You could do like at least 3 to 4 more.
nah, chill. Maybe 1. That's it, tops, and that's it. And I'm calling it quits. Kids are too expensive. Get out of here with your nonsense. But I don't know. Well, for me, it's not as big of an offense because of the fact that I already have kids, so it doesn't bother me. If he's okay with not having any more kids, hey, I've already had my kids, so it's cool. I'm good on that. I know it's like it hurts.
Anna says yes, it's divorceable.
I know. I see. But had I never had children before, yeah, I'd probably want to get a divorce because that's not fair, again, for you to take away my choice. See, suck. Men suck. I'm over it.
It's funny because while we're having a discussion, Why I Get Married came on. It's on actually TV on right now on BET, and that was one of the topics that was like when the wife did not tell her husband that she had tubal ligation and he had no clue. There used to be a law. I don't know in some states. Well, in some states, I think it is. They still have to notify your husband or your significant other before you have this done. I know when I had my youngest daughter, in Florida, they required. I was in the room. They had to ask me, "Are you okay with this happening?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not married to her." Well, I didn't never tell them that. I was like, "Oh, I told them to burn that shit off and torch it because I didn't think she should be having another kid with any human, let alone with me." But yeah, so he did come in there and he asked me that question, and I'm like, "Yep, no more." Like that was a sign. But I mean, and then I got into an argument with someone else telling me that, "Oh, wait a minute, it's never been a law." I was like, yeah, it was a law. Like you had to, when you're married, you have to let each other know if you're having this. But then I guess nowadays it's not. I think it's in the 1970s, something like that, changed the law, something like that. You have to look it up for further information. But I just glanced it, and the thing like you have to you don't have to do that anymore. But I mean, I would actually be outright pissed. Like I think it's divorceable. I mean, for you to take even if I have kids, it doesn't make a difference. If I found someone and I wanted to spend my life with that person, and I think all these qualities are great, and we want why not to have a family with that person, and then to be taken from you without you knowing that you're trying, and they're not telling you that, hey, I mean, if it's something you did before and I didn't let me know. But if you're doing it in the course of us talking in a relationship, and you go ahead and decide to make these long-term goals, I mean, you can be reversible, but it's still the fact of the matter that you did it. So that means that you're hiding. What else are you hiding?
Right.
If you can do that, then that means you can do some other shit that I'm not prepared for or that I'm even thinking about. That's like if we're talking and you want to have it, you keep talking about, oh, baby, this, baby, that. Wouldn't it be nice if we had this? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And the next week after that, I'm going to have a vasectomy. And that's a whole and then I'm saying, oh, yeah, baby, it'd be great for us to have this. And then we keep trying and we're doing it at these times a day and taking advantage of it. And then guess what? You don't get pregnant. And it's because I had this and I didn't tell you. And then you find the paperwork hitting in my sock drawer or something like that, or in the closet and my brand new J's or something like that. Come across it and find that I've had this. How are you going to feel? I mean, are you going to trust me ever again? I mean, because you were, like you said, trust is broken. That's a main thing. Like that's not you actually went out and had surgery in order not to do something that we planned to both to have. That's how deeply you've taken it.
Yeah. I mean, since I can play devil's advocate, I see both sides. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I hear you. There is no both sides to this, though.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's 2 people's choice to have a baby together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if that other person genuinely doesn't want that. I mean, that's something that I think that we should be talking about while we're dating, not, okay, I'm married to you now and I'm gonna have this vasectomy. If you knew you didn't want to have kids from the very beginning, then let's not go much further than this dating stage, especially if you know that I do want to have kids.
Total betrayal.
Right. In that sense, I
That's
feel
what it
like
is.
it's a betrayal. Hell yeah. Because here you are
Listen,
wanting to build a future with someone. You're absolutely right.
I remember I I'm an asshole, so I do asshole things sometimes. So I told this chick one time that I said that I had a vasectomy. I was like, huh, it can't be mine. I had a vasectomy. But luckily it wasn't. But it just was funny to me. I mean, anybody at home could find that funny. I do.
No,
That's
that's asshole move.
uh, but yeah. So it worked in my favor anyway. It wasn't mine. But I mean, shit like that happens. But I would just be upset if that happened to me, and I bet you would be if I were dating. And because a lot of dudes do have, and they still follow like women talk about, oh, my kids, and they go along with it because they want out of it. So they will not mention it, and it's a way of them testing the women to see how faithful they are. So if they come out and tell you that they're pregnant, and they know you had a vasectomy, you'd be like, ha ha, you're lying, bitch, because I've had a vasectomy. I know that's happened to people too before. This girl came in and said, "Yo, she told me she's pregnant." I was like, "Dog, how could she be pregnant?" He said, "Exactly." You know what I mean? Like that type of shit. Um, yeah, I mean, but you shouldn't really if you're involved with people, you shouldn't be playing those type of games. Well, especially if you're in a relationship, if you're married to that person. If you're dating, it doesn't really matter, I think. But
Right.
if you're married to that person, you've done it. I think that is the worst thing you can ever do,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
No, I agree.
I know I don't have you for much longer, so you have to be out of here very shortly.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give some words, and I want to get your feedback on these words. So what do you think about these? Hold on.
Okay, let's hear it.
The killing fields, hunting season, the Empire Strikes Back. What do you think of when you see this word?
I have no fucking idea. Is this like some Jedi shit? Like some
No, no, no,
Lucas shit?
no.
I don't know. Killing fields? What? This all sounds like not good.
I know that doesn't sound really good.
So explain
So,
it to me.
all right. I was just thinking about this before I started the show. So the killing fields, the hunting season, the Empire Strikes Back, all remind me of police brutality. the client, the climate that we're in right now
Mm-hmm.
is with these words and they just have these meanings that they're giving to me right now because it's fucking crazy. It
Yeah.
feels like it doesn't matter what race, color, creed you write on, whatever you are. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like the brutality is just amping up. It's like
Right.
we've been in this hole or in a house for so long that have we forgotten that like you would think like a lot of shit we were going through before the pandemic would die off, but it seems like we picked right up. As soon as we're opening up the shit's gonna let's get back to killing these motherfuckers. Like don't move, shoot. Like come on,
There's also been a lot of mass shootings around.
yes. Yeah, it's like people they couldn't wait to get out their house to go into other buildings and shoot a
It's
bunch of
scary.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
scary.
insensitive. I don't mean to come off as sensitive, but I mean
Mm-hmm.
it's just like it's what the fuck.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Like
we live in a really scary world, honestly. It's like, it's terrifying, especially as someone raising children in it. Like, it's crazy when you feel like you can't even send your children to school because you don't know if school's even safe sometimes. Schools get shot up the most, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you don't know if, God forbid, you're walking into Walmart one day and Walmart gets shot up, it's crazy. Like and you don't want to live in a world where you're constantly paranoid either, because that's not healthy. But I mean, how do you feel safe? There's just too much going on around, and you never know who it is. It could be the most normal person to the weirdest person to the most educated person. Like,
it
it's
could
just,
be Peter, and
yeah,
Peter's a cool fucking dude, and
right,
cool. Like you eat lunch with him, you guys hang out, cool.
right,
Or
like,
something flip, and Peter flips, and Peter
mhm,
takes you out. I mean, or it could be Jerome. I don't know.
right.
It could be anyone. It could be anyone.
Yeah, it's crazy. We just live in like a fucked up world. Like I
Like,
said,
and I felt like I guess like the military guy too. Like, and then the officer didn't want to offer an apology.
oh my
Like
god,
he serves our country. Like,
that was horrendous. Yeah, like you don't respect anybody if you don't respect somebody that's fighting for your country, for your life. Like that video was atrocious. It was just horrifying. It was so sad. I mean, there was no need for that unnecessary behavior.
it just seems like there's a power struggle.
Yeah.
But even, and here's, like, I just posted this earlier. Even if the person you pull over is absolutely guilty of their damn crime, if they were guilty to the T, does not give police the right to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't get, because that's not how our
Everyone's
system
entitled
works.
to a fair trial at life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, regardless if they get, like, if they went to court and they're guilty as hell,
Mm-hmm.
and they're found not guilty, guess what? And the way our system works, they're not guilty. It's not for us to continue to hold people accountable for the actions of, if we believe in the system, then let the system work. Or if we don't, then why have it? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't matter what it is. So, I mean, I understand if they were protecting their life, but they weren't protecting their life. They
Right.
were trying to control somebody else. Because I think when they have that,
Well, that's
when they
what
have
it is.
that
It's
sense of power,
control. Yeah, it's that sense of control, that superiority, that that they want us all to just be inferior to them, and it's just like, come on. Even like, your local precinct cops, it's like, come on, man, I went to high school with you. No need to be a hard ass. Like, I know where you came from. You're like, stop.
there's always the type. It's always the type, and they always want to do, like, they want to do the most for no reason. I don't like.
And that's not saying that there's
Sad.
good cops either, because there are some really great people in the
There are
world.
amazing cops. There are amazing cops. This is not shortchanging. We're just talking about with the bad situations that happen, like the mistaking for your, like. There's no way you mistake your taser for your gun.
Right. 1,000%.
There's no way. But and the thing is, maybe they would stop if some of these officers actually get prosecuted, except for the ones that are of color that get prosecuted.
Yeah.
We call it the Gray in Baltimore, and the guy that accidentally killed the lady over something. I mean, it's crazy, but we need to come to some kind of, as people, as not just a race, but as people, as all of us, come to something to stop this nonsense, all of us together. Because if we stop this, and we won't have these issues.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so much more detail. We'll discuss it another fucking time and place, because I know you have to run, and I'm gonna get back to watching BT. And actually building another show. We might hop on. You guys see us tomorrow. I apologize for being away for so long. A lot of home issues, things taken care of with my own children, and getting my situation straight. And I'll do a whole podcast on as well, because I put my business out there and open, because I don't care, because it is what it is. I am who I am. You either love me or you hate me, either or. And also, my favorite line: what I eat don't make you shit, and what you eat don't make me shit. So it is what it is. So we'll talk further about that, and the trials and tribulation of Black. I want to thank Melissa for joining us tonight, because I know she has to go out there and pick up one of do some of her, put her cape on and go save some people right now. And we guys will be in touch. We'll be seeing you guys soon. Please don't forget to like, subscribe on our YouTube channel, our Twitter. I don't even use my Twitter, but please, if you start subscribing to it, and I'll use the Twitter, give me more reasons to use it. Our IG is at Clockwatch. All of it you see running across the bottom there. And if you feel like you want to donate to us in building the show, please donate to our Clockwatch. Right there, it goes right there. At Clockwatch YouTube, go there, click that, smash like, accept, and also what is it? Cash App. Cash App is at Clockwatch 5. So support us, love us, and follow us, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Stay tuned. Say your goodbyes.
Bye, guys. It was a pleasure as always. This was actually fun. We really haven't done this in a long time. I'm glad we could find some time to get even a few words in. But I'm looking forward to the next one.
Well, turn luck. We can do one tomorrow night. Definitely, and hopefully we can. Big Kev will be back on, and everybody else. And shout out to the rest of the crew. And we'll form like Voltron once again. It's been Clockwatch. Been your man. What happened, baby?
Continue to feel better, Anna. We love you so much.
We definitely. I was gonna say that. See, she wants to steal my thunder. I was about to roll into that. I said the business man with the boss, but it needs to definitely hair because she's a great. Don't the gray make me look a little sexy? Look at this. I'm gonna take care. Oh, you got jokes? I didn't sound too promising. Um, hold on. I think she said something. We love you too. Oh, love you guys. Definitely. Shout out to Anna. We love you and we hope you speedy recovery. Um, just amazing to see a person like finally get what they deserve and life is extended by that transplant. So if you're not a donor out there, please become a donor. If you have your own reasons why, I understand, I get it. But if you don't have any reasons or qualms or anything negative to say about, but go ahead and donate because you'll know what life you can be saving. Um, Someone saved her life, and we love that person for it, and we love their memory of them, and we love Anna for actually still being here. Um, Definitely. And before I get too mushy, we're gonna be out of here. Um, Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Clock watches out. Black Earth.